What is up, everybody? My name is Alan Hunt,
And I'm Josh Tully.
and we are the creators of Mapped.io. It's the next greatest thing in time management uh, processes.
Definitely. So meet our new app. Mapped.io is all-in-one schedule management application. So the plan is to use Google Calendar paired with Google Maps, and using those APIs will allow them to stay up to date and on time with their daily planned events. This is going to be a nice seamless process that's going to keep track of all your events that you got going on. And yeah, Alan, you want to iterate a little more?
Yes, I would love to. So, what problem this solves is that Google Maps and Google Calendars are standalone and they're great by themselves, but when you integrate the two onto one platform, it creates this seamless process that really takes time management to the next level. It sends out notifications if you're not where you're supposed to be according to the event on your calendar, and it does it all from a single app. So your phone's not ringing off the hook from multiple different sources.
Yep. So going a little more in depth on how this all works is, as we were just discussing, what it's going to do is it's going to retrieve events and locations by making the calls to Google Calendar API. This is all available within Google Calendar, where you can tie in event locations to your events. With that, the app will monitor your current location and compare it to those upcoming events, prompting you, hey, you're running behind, let's get going, to stay on track with upcoming events. So through the calls to Google Maps API, the app will obtain the time it takes to reach the location of an event and compare it to your actual location. And if you're going to run into time discrepancies, like running it behind on schedule, it will prompt you like, hey, you got to go, you're running behind. It'll give you your whole estimated time of arrival. But without getting too in depth with it, before we get to the demo, Alan, if you want to add a little more to that.
Yeah, so building on top of that, our app will notify users involved with the event of your arrival time. So basically, in Google Calendars, you could set up who is all participating in the event. It sends the invite to their Google Calendar, and we also plan on allowing our app to access your contacts on your phone if you so choose, to be able to, with the click of a button, send them your estimated time of arrival. So again, it's all just a seamless process. Um, Once the user is en route, the UI will display the critical data. So the current route you're on the map, your estimated time of arrival, and your pace of travel. And this UI will also be available on your smartwatch. So now we are going to get into a demo of the app here via figma.com. All right, this is Mapped.io. So let's get started. Josh?
All right. So this is kind of like the main menu in a sense. What we got here is up at the top. Obviously, this is the map showing you your best route to take from your current location to the location of a given event. And then right below that, we got the title of the event that comes from your Google Calendar compared to or paired with the location, and then the time, which those are both as well coming from Google Calendar. What we got right below that is your estimated time of arrival paired with the time until you get there. So in this case, you got 3 minutes to till you get to your destination. Also moving on right below that, we got our involved parties, which that also comes from Google Calendar, where you can have your contacts in Google added to an event. So in this case, if you have multiple parties involved with your event, if the event right here starts at 3 p.m. as you can see, but the ETA is 3:03. So in this case, we'll have a nice prompt that a user can interact with that is going to send a notification via email to the parties involved, prompting them, "Hey, I'm going to be late. This is my ETA," just to kind of keep them in the loop on what's going on as far as when you're arriving. And yeah, that's pretty much the home screen. Moving on, we can go over to events. Which, Alan, if you would like to discuss that a little more.
Yep, yep. Well, to start, notice the transition there. So that's a good segue to the next screen with our tab icons at the bottom. Um, Here is the list of the events for today from Google Calendars. Obviously, we have things in chronological order. We could search for ones if you're extremely busy and you get a long list. You can narrow them down even further. Just has the basic information, the title, location, time of the event, and yeah, it's pretty simplistic, but it's convenient. Just a good feature to have onto the profile.
Yeah, so right here this in this case is on Alan's phone, and it's signed in using his Google Calendar, which is displayed on the account information. So through that, you can also view the contacts you have within your Google. Or moving on, you right here we have the Google Calendar enabled, which that basically will show if it's actually communicating with your Google Calendar. If you're signed in and it allows access to pull information from your Google Calendar. And then moving down, we have the push notifications, which allows the application to send notifications to your smartphone. So in the case where you are running late, it'll push a notification to you saying, "Hey, you're running late. You need to get going." And right below that is the access to contacts. That will allow the application to access the contacts within your phone. So in the case that you have your accounts linked to your contacts within your smartphone, you'll be able to push that notification to that contact through that route.
And
Um,
that is the general rundown of the application. So to wrap things up, here are some of the sources that we are going to incorporate. Material UI for our UI. This gives it a consistent look and feel with our Google APIs. So it'll feel like a natural extension of those apps. Material iconography, it goes along with the material UI and the look of Google. Front-end prototyping, we used Figma. We started looking at some of the API resources through Google. They've got great documentation on implementing these features using Swift. And yeah, so this is just going to be a great app to keep your life on track and to integrate different applications onto one platform. So thank you for watching.
Thank you.